Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you for following us in our journey and a series of the footsteps of Jesus in Israel. So we're going to stop at St. John the Baptist, Dormition Abbey, Mary's Spring, St. Elizabeth's Church, and of course finally our exit through the country of Jordan and hopefully fly out to Istanbul, Turkey. Well, let's go try one. Here you can see the designated shelter that they have assigned this floor, and I'm just familiarizing myself just in case I have to use it. As you can see, it's just another spare room, but I think it's located right in the center of the building. Our tour guide took us to this souvenir shop, and they specialize in olive wood. Here he's explaining to us the difference between machine-made and handmade. 100% of the employees are Christians, and it benefits the Christian community if you buy in this store.
Not the same price. Why? One of them is completely handmade. It's a dry wood for a long time. It takes a long time to make it. But look, the other one, it's machine-made. Doesn't take a long time to make it. You can buy 6-7 pieces like this for one piece like that. But these are all olive wood. The other things is important to know about it, this cross. This is the Jerusalem cross, the Holy Land cross for all the Christian. It comes 5 crosses. The big one represents Jerusalem, and the other small 4 represent the 4 Gospels, the 4 evangelists. The 4 corners of the earth, when you put it on your neck, when you go back home, you know you visit Holy Land. Now, when we open it, there is other significant. This is the wall of Jerusalem.
This one. That's medium, right? And necklace, she must take it off and close it again to keep it open.
So, ibabaliktad mo siya, right? Christian tradition places the birth of John the Baptist, who announced the coming of Jesus Christ, his cousin, in the picturesque village of Ein Kerem, 7.5 kilometers southwest of Jerusalem. The angel Gabriel appeared to the elderly priest Zechariah while he was serving in the temple, and told him that his wife Elizabeth was to bear a son. Zechariah was skeptical, so he was struck dumb and remained so until the baby was born. In the meantime, Gabriel appeared to the teenage Virgin Mary in Nazareth, telling her that she was to become the mother of Jesus. As proof, he revealed that Mary's elderly cousin Elizabeth was already 6 months pregnant. Mary then went with haste to a Judean town in the hill country, a distance of around 120 kilometers, where she entered the house of Zechariah and greeted Elizabeth. Here on the wall is the Benedictus prayer in different languages. Also, Song of Zechariah, or Canticle of Zachary, is one of 3 canticles in the first 2 chapters of this Gospel, the other 2 being the Magnificat and the Nunc Dimittis. The Benedictus was a song of thanksgiving uttered by Zechariah on the occasion of the circumcision of his son, John the Baptist. Here also old Zechariah finally regained his power of speech after his son was born, when he obediently wrote on a writing tablet that the baby's name was to be John. This is one of the 2 major churches of St. John the Baptist. Best known is the Catholic Church of the Nativity of St. John. The high altar is dedicated to St. John. To the right is Elizabeth's altar, and to the left are steps leading down to a natural grotto, identified as John's birthplace and believed to be part of his parents' home. Just a few steps from the church down through the town of Ein Kerem is the path leading to Mary's Springs. It's located in a valley on the south of the village, which a fresh water spring known as Mary's Spring or the Fountain of the Virgin. Tradition has it that Mary quenched her thirst from the spring before ascending the hill to meet Elizabeth.
The town of Inkerem, a spring bursted out of joy. The water came out of the rocks. Okay? So that's why this fountain is called Mary's Fountain. Until today there is water, but it's not.
The spring gives the village its name, Ain or spring, and Kerem, vineyard or olive grove, or Ain Karem. Built over the spring is a small abandoned mosque, another reminder that this was once an Arab village. Here we start our climb to the Church of St. Elizabeth. We were told it's approximately 275 steps uphill. The church is believed to be the site of Zechariah and Elizabeth's summer house, where Mary came to visit her cousin. On the wall opposite the church, ceramic plaques reproduce Mary's canticle of praise, the Magnificat, in some 50 languages. A huge stone set in a niche is known as the Stone of Hiding. According to an ancient tradition, the stone opened to provide a hiding place for the baby John during Herod's massacre of the innocents, an event depicted in a painting on the wall.
It's only a room inside, it's not a church. When Jesus was in Jerusalem in his last week here on earth, he asked the disciples to go find a man carrying a jar of water, and he will tell them where they will meet for the...
This is the upper room where Jesus had the Last Supper, the First Eucharist, and where he washed the disciples' feet. The Old Testament clearly indicates that David was buried somewhere underneath the cenacle, where Christians commemorate the Last Supper. This is one of the holiest sites for Jews. It is the building on Mount Zion known as the Tomb of King David, the celebrated Old Testament warrior king of Israel, who is traditionally credited with composing many of the Psalms. David's death at the end of his 40-year reign is recorded in 1 Kings. Then David slept with his ancestors and was buried in the city of David. The hill of Mount Zion, the highest point of ancient Jerusalem, is dominated by the Church of the Dormition. The location is identified in Christian tradition as a place where the Virgin Mary died or fell asleep. The fortress-like building with a conical roof and four corner towers stands south of the old city's Zion Gate. If the upper floor of the Church of the Dormition is luminous, the circular crypt seems totally shrouded when first entered. In the center, under a rotunda, is a simple stand on which rests a life-size statue of Mary, fallen asleep in death. The statue is made of cherry wood and ivory. The dome above the statue is adorned with mosaic pictures of 6 women of the Old Testament: Eve, Miriam, Jael, Judith, Ruth, and Esther. In 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the church was seriously damaged by military bombardment. During the 1967 Six-Day War, Israeli forces took possession of the building and the mother and child mosaic.
Like, share, and subscribe.
But we made it. We made it till the last day. Friends, I wish you all the best. I'd like to hear from you, so if you want to add me on Facebook, it's Claire Kouz, K-O-U-Z. And I have my Claire, K-O-U-Z, K-O-U-Z. Claire Kouz. You will find me if you put Claire Kouz, and it's the profile picture is my face. Okay. So you will know me. You will recognize me. I'd like to stay in touch with you. I'd like to hear from you. And best wishes.
Friends, that concludes our 12-day journey in Israel, following the footsteps of Jesus. First and foremost, on behalf of Dorsey and all 36 of us, I want to thank God for keeping us safe. I want to thank Claire, our guide, and our driver, Sammy, who have made our trip not only memorable but fun as well. Every day of our 12-day journey was an adventure. Oh yeah, given the Hamas-Israel conflict, Claire and Sammy ensured we took the safe routes beginning the first day of the tour. Personally, I recommend that anyone who's contemplating on a Holy Land trip prepare yourself physically for the walks and climbs. And when it's clear to travel to Israel, plan for October or November time frame as we did. The weather was perfect. Friends, thank you for traveling with me through my channel. By the way, I am not monetized, nor am I planning to be. But if you enjoyed the series, please like them and share. Best of all, send me your comments and questions on any of the sites we visited. And in conclusion, I say the Bible has come alive with this pilgrim.
In Israel, it's Beit-Shan, Skytopolis. It's also a Roman city, one of the Decapolis cities. The life nowadays is completely to reach the borders of South.
This is where we just ate now, here in heading to Amman, Jordan. Heading to our hotel, but we stopped for lunch. So here's our bus and here's our group. Limber Tours. Here we drove through the countryside in Jordan to get to our hotel in Amman. It seemed like eternity. And I think it took us like 3 to 4 hours just to get to our first stop, which was the restaurant, to our hotel. So we stayed in the hotel just for that short period of time so that we could catch a flight out of Amman airport the next day. The tour agency that took over from Glimmer Tours took us up on this hotel at the Centro or the Centro in downtown Amman.
Letters on the sky, burning in your eyes. You look at me, babe, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul, the California gold. I found the light in me that I couldn't find. So when I want you to the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. Lovers in the night, boats turn right.
This is our shelter-in-place in the hotel. We're passing time here. Here's our two friends right here keeping us company.
You're where I wanna go. The blood in me, 'cause you